Hello, beautiful mamas. As a working mom, sometimes I can really feel scattered, unorganized, or simply just rushing from one thing to another and all over the place. Finding time for myself and finding my sanity can almost feel like an impossible dream. Can you relate? Well, this is why I have created my free Mama's Guide to Creating Balance and Harmony as my gift to you. This guide contains my top 10 tips to creating balance and harmony in your life, as well as 3 beautiful trackers to help you get onto your journey in a fun and simple way. I have found by incorporating daily self-care routines and practices in my life for as little as 5 minutes a day, I am feeling more grounded, centered, and calm. By me tapping into my best version through these practices, I am also a better mom, a better partner, and a better colleague. Well, really, just a better human being in all the ways. So, if this sounds like something that you would like to explore, click on the link in the show notes below and download your free guide today.
We were all born with the innate power of knowing and wisdom within us. The challenge for many of us is that we were taught to seek answers externally instead of searching from within. And this is the reason why so many of us find ourselves going around in circles, searching for new ways, but could never find the way. The womanly way. It's not the way. It's not my way. But it is a pathway to support all of us returning back to self, reconnect with our inner wisdom through loving ourselves, knowing ourselves, and reconnecting with ourselves.
Tell me and be honest. Tell me should I've known.
So we can start to find our own way as modern day women. Are you interested? Well, sit back, relax, and welcome to this amazing journey.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Womanly Way podcast. I am your host, Lala Angela Wang. In case you're wondering, why do I sound different today? Or why have I got an extra sexy voice on today? That's because I am still recovering from COVID at the moment. So, yeah, my voice does sound a little bit different. I am fit to record a podcast though. In fact, this episode is something that I am quite passionate about, so I'm excited to share the content with you guys today. All right, well, let's get started, shall we? A couple of days ago, while I was bedbound, I decided to post a reel. It was really about we're coming into the month of February, and traditionally, when it comes to February, we welcome Valentine's Day season. And my inspiration really came from February being Valentine's Day season, and often people are saying that, oh, I would love to find my soulmate this Valentine. But this is what I truly believe that a lot of us don't understand. I think soulmate relationship has been, I guess, advertised or promoted in a way that it's the most romantic thing that can ever happen to you. Just like the fairy tale, when a prince meets a princess, they fell in love at first sight, and happily ever after. The truth is, if you want happily ever after, my recommendation would be don't find yourself a soulmate. Because soulmate relationship really isn't there to give us happily ever after. Or you could say that the fairy tale equation is essentially a lie anyway, right? There's actually no happily ever after. I'm not even going to get into the twin flame relationship because I'm not going to say it's a lot more fucked up. But twin flame relationship is another type of relationship that got highly romanticized. Everybody for a period of time just want twin flame relationship. Every relationship coach seems to be promoting how you find your twin flame. The truth is, there's a reason why twin flames are called twin flames. They're meant to burn the shit out of each other. Meaning, the reason that twin flame relationships exist and twin flames meet, quite often the purpose is to burn all the things that you meant to burn away, you meant to evolve, you're meant to dissolve in this lifetime. So they're not meant to be happy relationships. The good news is soulmate relationships are a little bit better. Soulmate relationships are essentially, you were back eons ago. You're actually one master soul that got separated or got divided into different souls. And when you meet, it feels like you knew each other for a long time. Well, that's because you all, once upon a time, belong to a master soul. But as you know, souls are here to learn lessons, to evolve, to ascend. In order to ascend, we need to evolve and grow. So the real reason that we meet our soulmate, and it's an honor to meet your soulmate in this lifetime, isn't to live a life of happily ever after, unfortunately. I seem to be skipping words today. So if I am, I do apologize. Maybe I'll slow down a little bit and hopefully my thought and my mouth can synchronize a little bit more. And this is why I ask, are you sure you're really ready for a soulmate relationship? Are you sure you're ready for someone to constantly be that mirror in your life, in your face, saying, hey, are you not happy with this aspect of your life? Well, what are you going to do about it? Right? Because your soulmate is going to trigger you. They're meant to be this mirror that literally just in front of you all the time, asking you to look at yourself, to go within, to grow, to evolve, and to change. There's this Buddhist literature that talked about the first sentence. It talked about looking within. When you look within, you see Buddhas. And to me, there's different interpretation of the sentence. Like, you can say that when we look within, every single one of us are Buddha, just like every single one of us are Godness in us. But at the same time, it's also saying, I think, whoever that could make us look within ourselves, whoever that reflects a lesson back to us, and allows us to look within ourselves and look at things that we need to improve upon, are Buddhas. So I truly believe that soulmates are Buddhas in this lifetime. To help us ascend, help us grow, help us let go of whatever no longer serves. But in order for us to do that, we need to be able to have those honest conversations with ourselves, right? And you might be saying, well, why do you know this? Well, I know because I've met a few soulmates in my life. In fact, I truly believe my ex-husband and I were soulmates. It just didn't work out because I haven't done enough learnings. I didn't have enough self-awareness to know that I had a big part to play in my marriage failing, right? I didn't do enough work on my part. And when I met Scott, I knew he was my soulmate. But also now have a lot more awareness in terms of that in order to make a soulmate relationship work, I have to do the work constantly because he's constantly holding up a mirror, right? I'm not saying he's physically holding up a mirror, but it's like a lot of the things that Scott does actually triggers the shizzles out of me. The triggering, because they reflect an aspect of myself that perhaps I didn't like. Right? There are times, especially since becoming a parent, there are times when we will argue. And really, if you become a parent, if you're a parent, you recently become a parent, you will understand, like, once you become a parent, life is no longer just about yourself, your partner. It's not, relationships not just about love. I love you. Let's kiss, let's have sex, let's be romantic. It's about the mundane, really. It's about, the day-to-day. It's about the Chinese are saying that there's a saying, it's about the wood, the fire, the wood, the logs, the things that keep your stove going, the things that you put in your food, things that you put in your mouth to keep your to keep your family going. It's as simple as that. It's about the money. It's about, can we, buy this? It's about, what do we buy for George? What do we do to look after their family? Whose turn is it to do the dishes? It's how do we keep the house clean? All the really basic stuff. And that's often what we're arguing about. That's often when, I would feel that it's unfair sometimes, or that we haven't got equal contributions in terms of the house chores that we do. It's little shits like that. But sometimes it's those little shits that shits me. And I'm sure any other female that's listening to this podcast will agree. It's like the socks are on the floor. The washings are not done. The dishes are sitting in the sink. The dishwashers are loaded, but it's not washed. And often it's so much easier to just blame the other person, because that's what our ego wants us to do. Because we don't like to admit our own mistakes. And often you'll find couples that separate after becoming parent. Separate for the little things. And once the little things accumulated long enough, they become resentment, and the resentment becomes big things. And, in the end, they just can't stand each other anymore. And the reason I said it's hard, because in order to make a soulmate relationship work, in order to grow in your relationship, you kind of have to question yourself first whenever the shit comes up. It's about asking yourself, what part do I have to play in this? Where can I improve? Where can I do better? Well, I have to admit, there are times where I just feel like it's easier if I just pack my bag and go. But then this relationship would just end up being the same as all the other relationships. And I truly believe every child needs a dad and a mum. And if I do that, then George wouldn't have the type of family that I wanted him to have. Right? And when I'm not angry at Scott, he's a fantastic dad. He's a man that's trying his best. But some days I'm just human. I'm just bloody pissed off at him. Right? But in order to make the relationship work, I knew I had to do something different. And thank God to personal development. And there's so many times I would just make myself a bath, sit in that bath and cry. Because it's hard. Because holding a mirror in your face, when somebody's already doing that, when somebody pisses you off and then you still have the courage to hold a mirror in front of your face and go, look at yourself. What is your part in this? Instead of going, no, it's all the other person's fault. Instead of launching into an argument and finger point, you actually have to finger point to yourself and go, what are you willing to do to make this better? What are you willing to do on your part to make this better? It's hard. And that's why soulmate relationships are hard. Because deep down, whether this person means it or not, generally they don't. Deep down, both of your soul knows that your job in each other's life in this lifetime is to help each other grow, evolve and ascend. And to grow, to evolve and ascend, quite often we have to let go of older versions of ourselves. We have to ask the hard questions. We have to shed old layers and evolve. So, your soulmates are not here to make your life easier. Might be more fun sharing life with this person, but there's certainly going to be a mirror for the rest of your life if you decided to stay in the relationship and create this life with this other amazing soul. Hence the reason why I ask, are you really ready for a soulmate relationship? Are you ready for a life of continuous growth, expansion, and shedding, and keeping yourself accountable? And if you are, congratulations. And if you're not, perhaps there's a bit more work to be done. And Scott and I often joke about this. We're so glad that we both did personal development, because if we have met each other before personal development, we would hate each other so much. We would have missed this opportunity. We would not be together. Or even if we are together, we'd probably pull each other apart. Right? This relationship just wouldn't work. And that is why we had to go through our previous relationships. We had to go through all the turmoils and tests, and we had to grow. So then we can be the best version of ourselves at the time that we met, that is best suited for each other. And so then we can be George's parents. Because before personal development, neither us are parenting materials, right? We're probably the worst parents on the planet. Not because we don't care for him, but because we didn't know how to care for ourselves and didn't know how to care for each other. So if your goal this year is to find your soulmate, I think the first question is, are you ready? Are you ready to meet the soul that is going to set your heart on fire but also turn your world upside down? And then if you're not, what are you prepared to do about it? So you can, when you're ready, meet the soul that is going to help you grow and evolve and ascend for the rest of your life. Because that is what a soulmate relationship is really, truly meant for. And to be honest, when you can receive a relationship like this with grace, with gratitude, it's the biggest gift. After all, if you refer back to the Buddha's saying, right, it's the biggest blessing because this person is going to be the Buddha that lives in your life constantly, that shows you the lessons, the things that you need to learn, you need to improve, you need to elevate and transcend and transmute every single day. Whether you like it or not, for the rest of your life or for the rest of the life that you're together. So I think, yes, we can all wish for a soulmate relationship, but we all need to go into relationship with this awareness that soulmate relationships are not happily ever after. And we need to stop romanticizing soulmate relationships and go into these relationships when we are manifesting a soulmate relationship. Go in knowing that your life is going to be changed forever, and knowing that you're committing to a life of constant evolution and growth, and evolution and growth, and evolution and growth. And if you are already with your soulmate, congratulations. Congratulations on being able to receive your Buddha in your life and working with him or her in this most divine way. I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Womanly Way, and I will catch you next time. Love you all. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Womanly Way. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast if you feel aligned to do so. Or check out our post-show discussions on my Instagram page @The Womanly Way. See you next time.